All right, guys, so I didn't even mow with it yet, so my dad mowed with it and we just roll in the garage to get out of the rain. Oh man, first time it ever got dirty. It'll never be the same again. Once you cut grass one time into there, done.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Dad?
Yeah.
First thoughts with it?
Well, I thought that the motor was real powerful. I mean, we put it in some real thick grass. It's over the top of the septic system over there.
Yeah.
And it didn't bog. I mean, it grabbed a hold. You said the torque of that engine is real good, real powerful, and I like that part.
And it didn't seem like you had to help it along either,
no
so
way.
That's another good thing.
No way. It was very, very efficient. I liked how I guess that would be the strength, would be the motor. And the transmission. And I also like the rear tires on this. It really rolls pretty nice, and which is always important for something like this. But I really liked it. I like this thing. For certain applications, it'd be hard to beat it.
Yeah.
And it is pretty stout. I mean, we took 2 of us to pick it up, put it down, but still it's
173 pounds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So most situations that need a smaller machine, this thing's really ideal. I think you're going to make a lot of money with it, which is nice.
And I've loved my other 30-inch mowers, and so this one has some improvements.
I'm looking at the filter right here. I really like that this small engine has a filter.
Yeah, help filter out junk in the oil. It's a good thing.
Sure is. Like it. It's nothing. There's no
this
negative.
has a.
Yep, and I like the 2-stage air filter on it.
Yep. It has a pre-filter around it.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It sucks only from the back right here, which is neat, I guess.
The upgrades with the transmission and the drivetrain it's
a big deal. It's
a big deal to you guys, but because I know that's been something you've been dealing with. But for me, I really noticed the power of the engine today, because I don't have a whole lot to compare it to, but I know that that engine was really. When we got it in that thick grass, it just tore it up.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on camera, but like, you know, some of those weeds were like, maybe like a foot tall and stuff.
Right.
And then that one part, like you're saying, had like some Bermuda right there.
That's right.
It was kind of thick. And then if you seen when he was like pushing under the fence, that it was pretty thick spot right there. That's when you were going under the fence right there by that post. Right. So I like it. It's got a fuel filter on it. It's got the oil filter.
Tony, how does the front wheels differ from the other one? Is it different?
Okay, so yes, the Toro and the Exmark do have a difference. The Toro had a mechanism where you could pull it right here, and you could move both of them at one shot. You could move both of the wheels. And so just like how the back one is, it was the same kind of sort of on the front. It had like a little thing you reach under here, even on my commercial one. But that's only on the Toro one, and basically the whole state of Georgia. I could not find the Toro one with the Kohler engine.
Okay.
They're the same thing. Other than that, it's the same thing. There are a couple of things actually though that the guy was explaining to me that are improved on the Exmark. The parking brake has some improvements as far as the shape of it, because I have a friend who had a problem with this on his Toro. The guy was talking to me at the dealership, because they sell both, they're owned by both. He was talking about something I didn't know, but he was saying Exmark and Toro are the same, but there's some things on the Toro, some tolerances that they have. He was telling me this today, that the Exmark brand does not tolerate a lot of the things that they are okay with on the Toro side. See, Exmark was separate, and Exmark now owns Exmark and Toro. So that's what happened a few years ago.
Right.
So like he was saying, for example, on the Toro time cutter, it has like an integrated electronic thing when you put the sticks out, where the parking brake automatically goes on. And like the Exmark version of the Quest, they will not put that system on there because it has so many problems. And even Jess would talk about how hard it is. It's a little electronic little module, and it has a lot of problems. And Exmark will not put that on there. They just put like a normal one.
So they're trying to delineate between the two by making the Exmark just really more top shelf.
Yeah, so I mean the Toro is top shelf as well, same, but I think actually the Exmark brand does have a couple small little things that are better about it. Okay. But on this model, other than that parking brake improvement, it's probably a little less good moving those wheels, because you have to physically pull this, take this out, move to another hole, stick it in.
How durable was the other system? 'Cause that looks real durable, what you got now.
This is very durable. The other system was very durable too. Now on the residential one that I still have, it's not extremely durable. It's all like plastic up here and stuff. But the Toro, it had like a piece of metal right here. This was like closed off, and it had like a bar that run through there with this big old gear, and it turned like it was very durable. Like there's no problem with it, but they, for some reason, they can't put this. It's like a patented thing, and this system is actually patented on the Exmarks for the 21-inch and stuff. They love it, you know, because they're real light. Yeah. So this Exmark came out with this little deal, and it's patented like 10 years ago. And so I guess, you know, they just still running it on here.
Yeah, I kind of like this. So
since I could not find it, because I was called around looking for the Toro one actually, because I like the Turfmaster, because I like that front system is a little easier, and I knew that was going to be a little easier. Yeah. But since I could not find one around, and even these are at back order. Cowan, they said a lot of people want these with the Kohler engine, and so the X Series one has stayed sold out all this year, and they got 3 on back order. And I called like 10 dealers, and I found 2 in Georgia, basically, because I called all around the state. But there's 2, and they had the Exmark one, and that was really it. If I was going to get one in the next 3 months, you have to get basically the Exmark one, unless I want to drive crazy far or something, which I didn't want to. So I'm like, so that's why I decided, well, I'll put up with the wheel thing. It's really not that big a deal.
It's not a big deal. I agree. Yeah. I don't think it is, but I like how durable it seems.
Yeah. I mean, it won't have any problems failing, but so that was one thing I had to kind of compromise on. But hey, it's cool, and it changes it up a little bit for me, just for fun, because the other one was Toro. I've never had an Exmark one. Yeah. So I'll just, you know, I'm happy with it. I like it. I like that it says Exmark. I like the way it looks and stuff. So even though I didn't get the Toro one, I'm still happy with the Exmark thing. You know, the wheel thing is not, because see, this is not a heavy mower, so it's not hard to pick that up and move those. So that's kind of it. It's basically the same mower, same frame. Also, the Toro bumper is a little different too.
Is it?
Because guys will mention this. Yeah, it is. It goes straight up like this, and it just has like this metal piece like this wide, goes across there, and it said Toro right here on the one I had, which is good. So that's another, it's just a aesthetic thing, but it was flimsy though. This Toro part was flimsy that went across, so like if you strapped it right there, it would like bend out and stuff. Okay. So maybe this is actually kind of better. I mean, because this is good.
That's well made right there. I like that protection, really.
Yeah, this is kind of
if it does roll around, you know, on the trailer or something, or for whatever reason it rolled or something bumped.
Yeah. Well, this is made to send out with crews. It's a fully commercial warranty, the whole bit. So that's, you know.
And are they familiar with the parking brake? How it just?
Yeah, because guys. It's cool. When it first came out, with the guy at Toro at GIE, you know, he was like, oh, you know, the new big thing, and he flipped it over and showed us the transmission, and he showed us the parking brake and stuff. So I don't know, I'm gonna strap it anyway, so I feel like this is probably gonna need adjustment. It feels like it's barely even.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can still roll it, so I'm gonna have to mess with that.
You're gonna have to adjust it, yeah.
But like I said, I always strap mine anyway. I don't know if I even really
pull
need
that
it,
down. If you loosen that up and pull that down.
Yeah, right.
You got it.
I don't know if I should try to adjust it here or down there. It actually probably goes down to the transmission. That's what it does.
Probably just
but yeah, probably just right here. Because you know when they're putting it together, they just kind of put it there fast and and they roll it. You know. Yeah. So probably even a couple of notches makes a difference every notch. Just like how it is on my other one. Like really even this. But yeah, it seemed to go good with you. And they were talking about and a lot of guys, because I do have a couple friends that have these on YouTube, and they said it can stay same speed right up steep hills and everything. So
yeah, it's pretty fast. I like that too. I like that it was rolling along pretty good.
Well, technically, it's actually a little bit slower than the other old transmission.
Oh, really?
But much bigger and heavy duty. But it seemed like it was still fast enough.
Definitely.
I mean, the other one even goes a little bit faster than this, I think.
It's not my 52. It's definitely fast enough no matter who you are. I mean, really.
Yeah, you're saying you don't really need to be walking faster than that anymore.
No.
But this one is supposed to last way longer.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know what else we can say about it, but I like it. I like it. And I know everything about it. It's the same pulley setup, same blade, same everything's my other one. Another thing to keep in mind, guys. One time, I had a problem because my old one, I've had it for 5 years, 6 years, and don't fill this all the way up, guys, till the very top. I used to do that when I first got my other one, and then this is your venting thing here. So when you fill all the way up, this gets wet up in here, and then the motor starts to run bad, and you don't know why. Yeah, it runs terrible. You hit every little bump and everything, it just like wants to stall out. And I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. And then Robert, down there, because he's the one I bought the other one from. Okay. Because the other people that didn't like it, they brung it back to Robert. They said we don't like it, and Robert had it, and he sold to me. So we put a new gas tank, and then so now I just don't fill it up quite all the way. Because it still lasts for many yards, even like this is if you want to run it the whole day and never fill up, which I don't run it all day anyway. So I've never, and that's what Robert told me to do. He said if you just fill up halfway, you'll never have that problem. So that is one thing to be careful of, guys, or something. Yeah, just something overfilling. Yes, and and yes, they brag about, oh, you got 1 gallon fuel capacity, but no, don't fill it up all the way, because you will have a problem with that. Because once, like I said, I did it, and when I filled up, almost immediately, it had a problem. So other than that, I mean, should be pretty straightforward. This has a 1 year of fully commercial warranty, 3 years on the engine.
That's good.
Which I guess is okay. Yeah, I kind of wish it was 2 years on everything, but that's how all these push mowers, that's how they do it. Toro and Exmark, it's only 1 year on this stuff. But again, I mowed my other one for 6 years and I never had a problem. One time I thought the transmission was going out, but it was just the cable. The cable for the, you know what I mean? Yeah. The little plastic snap-in part down there in the transmission was worn out, and so it was pulling the cable wasn't staying sturdy in the mount down there on the transmission. And so, but I already had to rip the whole thing apart to do that, and I already bought another transmission, so I put the transmission in the other one. So the last guy, he got a great mower, because that transmission's only a couple of years old and there was really nothing wrong with the old one, but so it had a new cable and new transmission. And I've done a whole bunch of stuff to my residential one, and the more I use the residential one, the more I realized that I wanted a commercial one, because my commercial one has just been so much better. Yeah. I've beat on my commercial one for 6 years and never had a problem, and I've only mowed for 1 season with my residential one, and I've already replaced about 10 different things on it that have blown out. So
it seems very stout. I mean, when I'm using it, it seems really stout, really stiff and made well.
So, I got several yards where you have to push mow certain spots or whatever. Yeah. And me doing mostly of my high-end Reynolds yards, I'm not going to ever be able to fully get away from that. So this is just kind of a necessary evil for my business, I guess. And it's great. It is fast. Because when I timed it, like from when I use a 21 to when I use this, I mean, you're talking, you shave off like 15 minutes of mowing. Just on 1 yard with this. I don't know why it makes that much difference, but my time says that it does. Because, I guess 30 inches is a pretty good bit. And a lot of guys that run the 36 walk-behinds on the trailer, a lot of those guys sell those and start buying these, because you're only a couple inches difference. On, you know what I mean? And then, and this is easier to handle, than a big 36 walk-behind, you know what I mean? That's it. So if you need a 36 walk-behind to get through the gates, you almost could just, a lot of guys sell those and sell the 21s too, sell all that, and you just have this and the big mowers.
Yep.
And you're good to go.
That's it.
That's kind of what I'm doing. Maybe not even use or get a walk behind. You know, I have this in the front of the trailer, and then I have my riders, and then you just do whatever spots you can with the rider, and then you know if you have a front yard with a big old dip or something, you pull out this, and you know it's fine. Yeah, works. So excited to get out there mowing.
Tony, how many were they selling these down there where you bought them? Were they popular or what?
Yes, I mean it's the only one they had left in stock.
Okay. So people rolling them out. Yeah,
specifically people want this one that has the Kohler engine and the big transmission.
Okay.
Because it's new. Like all the dealers had the old one sitting there in stock still. Because the $200 more, there's really no point to buy the other one because you don't have as much engine power and you have a worse transmission.
So it's a $200 difference if you didn't get that motor.
And it would still be a great motor. I mean, it has a Kawasaki commercial motor.
Gotcha.
And the transmission on the commercial one is different than my residential one. It looks the same, but it's not the same. It's got all metal gears and pulleys and stuff.
Okay.
So even the old transmission, it lasts totally fine. So the guy that got my other one, he got a great mower still.
That's good.
He lives in Athens. He works for Clark County Fire Department. And mows a few yards. And,
well, good. Yeah.
So.
Well, if you sold it to him, it's a good mower because you always keep it up.
He liked it. We mowed with it at the front of Lowe's. And he was impressed with how nice, because I took it all apart and really cleaned it. It looked almost as good as this one when I brought it over to him. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for him. Well, good, Tony Baloney. I like it. This is going to be nice. Money maker.
Yeah, I've made a lot of money over the last 6 years with my other one. And number one, I need tax write-offs. Number two, this is really fast, and it will make a lot of money. And number three, on my residential one, my transmission is really only one wheel is working right now. You know, it's starting to get a little weak.
All right.
Now I'm going to just keep my residential one. It's my backup because the handle folds up. There are some things I like about it, so I'll keep it fold up. But I needed something anyway, and my other one sold fast, so that's why I was like, well, this may be the last push mower I ever even need, so I'm going to get the very best one that they have right now, which is the X Series one. So, all right, guys, I guess I'll quit rambling about it. That's about it, and I'm sure I'll show you some more mowing. This is also cool, Daddy. See this? You can just undo this. Oil.
Hey,
right out.
Guys, for the new guys that are watching, you need to show them a few checks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a few. Show them a few of the checks.